Wait until you hear what he had to say about the changes for the Ravens. That's coming your way. And in New England, they're focused on returning to the Super Bowl. Drake Maye out there on the field. And, of course, the countdown to an expected A.J. Brown trade is on. The Patriots very much involved there. For more on that, we are going to start there. Welcoming in our Mike Reese. And, Mike, how did the current receiver group look out there today?
Laura, I watched this group closely at practice, and wide receiver Kayshon Boutte, a starter last year, was not here for this voluntary work. He's working out elsewhere, and he would be directly impacted as an outside receiver by a potential trade for A.J. Brown. And then there was the newcomer, Romeo Doubs, wearing Rob Gronkowski's old number 87. He was targeted on the first pass from quarterback Drake Maye in full team drills. Here's Coach Mike Vrabel on what he's seen from the team's wide receivers.
Good to see Romeo out there. It was good to see some of the new faces, some of the young guys. It was good to see, Kyle Williams get some opportunities and Chiz, and so again, we're going to look to strengthen the roster wherever we can. But it was also a great day to see guys that maybe didn't get as many opportunities last year, especially Romeo, who wasn't on our team.
Laura, after practice, I asked defensive tackle Milton Williams if he had to resist putting on his general manager's hat and going up and saying, trade for A.J. Brown, because I played with him in Philadelphia. He smiled. He said he's heard the noise like many of the other players. He called Brown a monster on the field, and then he said, look, they don't pay me to make trades like that.
Hey, he can definitely make some comments, though, right? I'm not sure anybody there needs convincing. By the way, June 1st is Monday. For anybody keeping track, we'll be all over that if and when anything happens. Now, Mike Vrabel did miss day 3 of the draft to focus on his family. Mike, what did he say about missing any more time during off-season activities?
So, Laura, he deflected on the topic. He said he's only focused on today, and he said he's here today in full force. And Milton Williams was asked what he's observed from Vrabel, and he said he's seen the same guy. He's talking smack, and he's getting guys going. And Laura, out at practice, I was watching Mike Vrabel. There was a drill. He's with the running backs, and he wanted to see quick, decisive cuts. And when he saw one he didn't like, he yelled out, hey, no pitter-patter. So the vocal part of Mike Vrabel, you see him out on the field, you hear him out on the field. It feels like really the same Mike Vrabel that we've seen over the last year.
All right, no pitter-patter. We'll all try to take some of that advice. Thanks to Mike Reese for joining us here. Always the best. And Drake Maye and the Patriots will be tested early this season, starting with a Super Bowl rematch in Seattle on Wednesday night that opens the season. Now, their next 3 games are against the Steelers, Jaguars, and Bills. And New England, by the way, the only team in the NFL to begin 2026 with 4 straight games against teams that made the playoffs last season. All this could maybe feel a little better if they do get A.J. Brown. So glad that you're with us on this Wednesday, and we have a packed show for you. There's a lot coming your way. We've got Louis Riddick and Booger McFarland with us for the hour. So, Louis, I'll start with you on this. This Patriots team has to be clicking right away. We just showed you the schedule and what it looks like. When you look at what they've added on offense, is it enough for them to take that next step?
Yeah, I think it is. And I think some of the things that weren't really talked about right there, I mean, we were just talking about the wide receivers in particular, but think about that schedule and how it starts and how tough it's going to be with those challenges on the road. Really, what are you going to lean on? You're going to lean on the offensive line, and they really have tried to beef that up with the drafting of Caleb Lomu, Demetrius Crownover. They signed Elijah Vera Tucker in free agency. I mean, those are the kind of things, those trench type of acquisitions, the lines of scrimmage are going to really be what really makes the difference for a football team early on in the season. And really, obviously, as we know, nobody wants to talk about an offensive line until you don't have one or you have one that stinks. And the Patriots have really addressed theirs. They really have. On the perimeter, look, we know Romeo Doubs is a heck of a player. He's probably a 1A, excellent number 2. If they get A.J. Brown, and then, that you go ahead and you pair that with an up-and-coming guy like Kyle Williams, who they talked about getting some more reps, the third rounder from Washington State a year ago. That's not too bad of a group right there, Laura, quite honestly. And look, and Drake is just going to be better, as he continues to get more and more comfortable in Josh McDaniels' offense. I like a lot of the things that they've done.
Yeah, not too bad. I agree. I mean, Boog, I think the point here, too, is how fast they're going to have to get it going out of the gates. Does A.J. Brown elevate this offense in a way that gives you a lot of confidence they can get this going as fast as they need to right off the start?
Oh, without a doubt. And we're assuming that this A.J. Brown trade is going to go through. And if it does, what it does for Drake Maye is give him a bona fide number one. Somebody that regardless of what the coverage is on the play, regardless of what the down and distance is, Drake Maye knows he has somebody to throw the football to. Every quarterback in the National Football League needs that. Joe Burrow has Jamar Chase. Think about when Patrick Mahomes had Tyreek Hill. Now he's got Travis Kelce. Like, everybody needs somebody that when the chips are down, you can throw the football to. And preferably, that needs to be a guy on the outside playing the X position that can win one-on-one battles. So if they do make this trade, I think that's going to take Drake Maye's game to the next level. And it's going to make this Patriots offense a little bit more diverse and give them some more weapons on the outside, Laura.
Yeah, Drake Maye was the only quarterback in the NFL to complete at least 70% of his passes when targeting wide receivers last season. And now, as we keep alluding to, he could be getting A.J. Brown. We're going to leave that there. We got our first look, by the way, at Patrick Mahomes out on the field at Chiefs OTAs yesterday. That's less than 6 months since tearing his ACL and LCL. You see him out there with a knee brace on, but looking pretty good, moving around pretty well. Remember, the Chiefs opened the season on Monday Night Football against the Broncos. It's pretty good to see, just as a football fan, him out there doing all of this. Mahomes, of course, has his sights set on playing in that game, Monday Night Football or season opener. Boog, when you see that video, what do you think of Mahomes being out there already?
It's super encouraging because as a football fan and somebody that analyzes this game, you want the best players on the field. And Patrick Mahomes is one of the best of all time. So you got to feel really good if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. The fact that we haven't even reached June and he's already got a helmet on, taking drop backs. Even though he's moving very gingerly, I get it. It's 4 months until September. So I think the fact that he's on the field right now is super encouraging, that he's going to do everything he can. And I'd be shocked now, based on seeing this, I would be shocked if he's not the opening day starter for the Kansas City Chiefs. It just goes to show you two things. Number one, his willpower and his work ethic. And number two, the advancement in medicine. Because years ago, Lewis, before you and I ever started playing, this was a 12 to 14-month injury. The fact that guys are now coming back 6 months, 9 months, it just goes to show you the advancements that we've made in medicine, man. So this is super cool to see him out there in May.
Hey, y'all, they don't make him like they used to, but they can fix him up a little better than they used to. So I give you guys a lot of credit for powering through what you had to back in the day. Don't want to make you feel old, though. Lewis, you are familiar with the coaches and that training staff in Kansas City. Is it a surprise to you that Mahomes is able to do this much already?
No, not at all. Look, from the very get-go, they told me that he attacked this thing with the same kind of ferocity and the kind of maniacal commitment that Patrick's attacked everything from day one since he's been there. And he really is ahead of schedule. You know, the word I got today was that he looks absolutely fantastic. He's doing warm-up, individual routes on air, some 7-on-7, you know, working out of the gun. And, I mean, the people down there are kind of giddy at the way it's going right now, to be quite honest with you. So I don't think anything, you know, has surprised them. Nothing should surprise us. Nothing that this young man has done since he took over, you know, back in 2018, really should surprise us. He is one of one, and that training staff down there, headed by Rick Burkholder, is one of the very best. I've talked about it many times. I've known Rick Burkholder since I was 18 years old, since I was at the University of Pittsburgh way back in the Stone Age. This dude knows what he's doing. He's got a great team around him that really has taken Patrick and just kind of run with this rehab. And they are excited about this football team and the way they think that the 2026 version is going to look.
Yeah, I'm glad you shouted out Rick, one of the absolute best in this business. Okay, Mahomes and the Chiefs, by the way, hoping to get more out of the run game. He leads the team in rushing since taking over as a starter in 2018. That's not what they want to see. They have Kenneth Walker. That should help a ton. Now to this developing story. Packers running back Josh Jacobs has been released from jail after he was arrested Tuesday and booked on several domestic violence-related charges. The Brown County District Attorney's Office said today that they're not yet prepared to make a formal charging decision, and they have requested an additional investigation. Jacobs, through his attorneys, vehemently denied the allegations and said important evidence has not yet been made public. Packers coach Matt LaFleur said today at his availability with the media that the team will, quote, let that process play out. We'll get you more information as soon as we have it. Now, coming up here on NFL Live, Jalen Hurts will be looking at a lot of new faces on the Eagles offense this upcoming season. Lewis has his eye on one guy that is the key to unlocking another level for the Eagles passing attack. That's coming your way. Plus, the quarterback competition is heating up in Atlanta, and Booker reveals which southpaw